Good day, everybody. This is your man Shannon coming at you again with another broadcast of You're So Witty. Hopefully your day's going good, and if it's not, keep praying. I'm sure it will go good. Uh, I'm sitting here with a good guest, a great guest, a friend, Miss Jan Dickerson,
Yes.
author. I'll let her tell more about herself, but I brought her on because I think that you'll be a good guest for what we're doing.
Well, thank you.
Hey Jan, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Always good to have somebody like you.
Oh, well, good.
So,
Thank you.
so what I want to do is have you introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay.
And just tell us who you are.
So, as you mentioned, my name is Jan Dickerson. I am an author, the author of Lord Deliver Me from Online Dating. It's a fictional book, and we can talk about that a little bit later. And I'm also a certified relationship coach.
Cool.
Yes. And I'm single and have experienced the dating life. So, I think I have a little bit of experience.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we got the right guest on for this type thing. My thing is, I meet so many ladies that talk about, they can't find somebody, or they'll say something in reference to, there ain't no good men out there and stuff like that. A lot of times I say, are you looking in the right places, or have you already overlooked the dude that might be the right one for you? So that's what we're going to start at. And like I said, the subject today is Mr. Right or Not. And with that being said, I'll get straight to the questioning.
Okay.
Do black women still respect black men in general, in your opinion, anyway?
I think it depends on the woman.
Okay.
Most professional women,
All right.
it's, they want to be on equal ground. So it's you respect me, I respect you
Yeah.
type of thing.
Right.
But so many women today are just doing extremely well.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they see themselves as the leader and not so
Yeah.
much the man. So
Yeah.
it just depends on the woman, I think.
Mhm.
I think it's important that we allow men to be men,
Right.
and they are born to lead. And so sometimes I think that's why we're single for so long.
Especially in a city like Atlanta.
Yes.
I mean, you got a lot of business women here. Everybody here got a business. At least they say they do.
Right.
But that being the case, they are professional women. They're doing the thing, and all that. The thing I would say on that though, do you think when it comes down to making a major, well, let me I'm going further than I need to
Okay.
right now. Let me come back. When I say do they respect black men, what I'm seeing sometimes is even if a sister don't know you on an outing somewhere, talk to you like she your brother or something, like like you nothing sometimes. Not all the time, but I see that. As if sometimes you're a little beneath them, just a little bit. Am I wrong on that?
No, I had a friend tell me this morning that I am a guy's best girl because she went out on a date and she texted me. She sent me a picture of them on the date. They had a great time, and then she texted me this morning and she said, "It's over. It's a wrap. He didn't mention my name." And so I say to her, "But is it really important that he didn't call you by name on the first date?"
Wow.
So I think a lot of times we have these rules and everything,
Agree.
these standards that the men don't know about. It's almost like they have to read a script
Right.
in order to follow what it is that the woman wants,
That is
right? So I think sometimes we get the big head
Okay. Okay.
as women. We do.
What is the big head?
The big head is I'm all that, you know. I have it going on. I have a professional job. I'm making so much money. I have this nice house. I have this nice car. I'm wearing my red bottoms. I got my LV bag or whatever the case may be,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So I have it going on. So when you step up to me, you should step up to me correct.
Ooh.
We come with that attitude sometimes. And what it does is slap us in the face. But then every night we're going to bed alone. We still desire to have someone. But it goes back to one of your questions where, have we missed out on Mr. Right because of that? But I think we get the big head because in our mind, we have it going on so much that you should come to us a certain way. But the man doesn't have the script.
Yeah, and then with guys, from what I'm seeing and what I'm talking to guys, guys are like this. Well, you got it going on. go ahead and have it going on. I'll go over here, and he'll get somebody less than that woman, if there's a such thing.
Yeah.
And he will attempt to just say, I don't need all that.
Right.
And that's where the division, I think, comes.
It is. And men want to feel like they're the king.
Definitely.
So if you got it going on enough for the queen and the king, they feel like, well, if there's no place for me here.
Right.
So they'll
right,
move
right.
on to somewhere else because of that. And so we miss out on a great guy sometimes.
Wow. Well, you hear a lot of women
Yeah.
say, well, if I missed out, I just missed out. I'll just be by myself.
Yeah, you'll be by yourself, but you'll also have to do everything alone. And most women, despite how professional we are, we don't want to do it alone. That's why you see us on the dating sites. That's why we take the time to get our hair done, to look the part, to hopefully attract someone, because that's really what we desire.
Isn't that a hell of a thing to take all day to get ready? Dude step to you. It's already took him all day to walk over, cross wherever he is, and you shoot him down. Not you, but I'm saying
Yeah, I
people,
know what
the
you're
women
saying.
shoot him down, like, and
Yes.
I'm like, damn. All I was doing was asking you your name.
Right.
I was just trying to get to you. Whereas the lady who don't have as much will have the conversation,
Yeah.
talk about the game, just basic stuff. Don't mean he necessarily trying to holler. I also would like to say sometimes women do have to be on the defense sometimes because the guys can be a little aggressive.
Yeah.
But I would say use it when necessary.
But not only that, handle it accordingly.
Okay.
You don't always have to be rude. You don't always have to be arrogant. You can say things in a nice way. My mom used to always tell my sister and I, always say what you need to say with kindness. So you don't have to be ugly about it,
I agree.
as my mother would say,
I agree.
So, and a lot of times we get like that. So, we find ourselves, like I even, when we go places, one of my friends, some guy, he was really just a street guy, and he was talking to us, and she was like rolling her eyes or whatever. And he was like, "How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today?" I'm like, "Hi, we're good. How are you?" She was like, "Please, why are you talking to him
Wow.
like that?" But it doesn't take much to be nice. It really doesn't.
And can I say nice as far as a lot of guys I know, guys who have jobs, they're not all making, big money or nothing, but they solid dudes. Nice go a long way.
Nice will take you so far.
Nice go a long way.
A lot of times women think that, I spend this much money on this beautiful hair.
Right.
Most of us, we're getting the Brazilian butt. We're getting seriously. We're getting
real talk.
the tummy tuck. We're doing all these things to get attention. But at the end of the day, a man wants someone that's pleasant, someone that's approachable, somebody that they can talk to.
Right.
And then once they get to that point where it's okay that you are approachable, then they want someone that they can trust.
Right, definitely. The trust is big. And not only that, it's nothing wrong with seeing that chick throw that ball cap on.
Absolutely.
Have her hair down.
Be real.
Just be real down to earth, because brothers on average, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Somebody they know they're going to wake up to every day. Somebody they can hang with sometime. It makes a big difference. You may not even know the box scores or football or none of that stuff, but just the fact that you can be real. Throw that hat on. It's something about that hat. I don't know what it do for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, throw that ball cap on, some jeans, and just be, down to earth,
Yeah.
and just have a general conversation. Like you say, you don't have to be rude. And I see more guys that say, look, man, I'd rather be by myself than be with a broad that's going to be acting up or being mean or whatever. And I listen to them because these guys are solid. And then you'll see them with a chick that the lady with the red bottoms be like, well, I look better than her. And I'd be like,
And we do that a lot. We compete with one another.
Right.
We compare one another.
Okay.
But the difference is it's not what you see physically all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the fact that this person was approachable. This person,
you got to speak
was
on that
kind.
approach of letting him be approached, giving him room to be approached.
you need to give them room to be approachable. And a lot of times what women do is they see that person as the next guy. So if it doesn't appeal to them or meet their standards, then, you're dismissed. But I do, I host events for singles. The founder of Boaz Meets Ruth, which is a Christian dating network. So I host events for singles. And I always get the question, how do you get men involved? And so when I meet men, they may not necessarily be my type per se, and that's perfectly okay. And but we can become the best friends,
Cool.
you
Right,
know, and
right.
that's what it's about first, making friends. And then they're good guys. I recommend them. In January, I start the matchmaking service.
That's what's up.
So, you know, I have guys ready
Right.
to meet that special someone. And
Yeah.
that's difficult to get guys because, you
It
know,
is.
women outnumber guys everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
You know, so when you have a bank of friends, male friends that you can go to, that says something about your personality. So you don't want to run everyone away
Right.
because everybody has a purpose. This may be that guy, that carpentry guy, that will help you with the lighting in your house, you know, or whatever it is, or just someone that can listen to you from a male perspective or whatever it is. But we have to learn not to run people away because we have it going on, or so we think.
And they think a lot of times, they'll say stuff like, well, guys out here, guys ain't like buses necessarily. You might miss that good one, and it may take a while before that next one comes along. I think people are that way, but definitely when you see the number of ratio women to men. But I'm talking about the decent dude. It could be that one thing that a woman says when he walks up. She don't even know. She just, well, you can call him, but don't be, that attitude in his mind.
Right.
A lot of brothers are saying, okay, I won't be calling you at all.
Yeah.
But he won't say it. He'll just excuse himself.
Because see, men want peace. That's even in the Bible. They rather
Amen.
be on the roof. So it's already that you're carrying a lot of drama, a lot of attitude.
Right.
That deserves as peace. So they'll go on to something else.
Exactly. You hit it on the head now. I don't know
Yeah.
who told you that or where you learned that, but that peace thing is
It's
huge.
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 It's
That's
huge.
probably, I'm about to say number one. I'm about to say number one. I'll bring it to two just in case
Okay.
there is a one I can't think of. I'm going to go to the next question because
Okay.
we can stay on that for a minute. Are black women willing to be led by black men in this culture we're in this time frame? Back in the day they were, but.
Again, it just depends. Professional women, it's a little bit difficult for them to do that because they view themselves as equals.
Okay.
But women do want a man that can lead. The question is, though, can I trust you to lead?
Okay.
And so that's what we worry about. And so let's say that, I'm working this professional job, I have it going on, but this guy, he's living in a one-bedroom apartment, not necessarily in the best area. Maybe he's driving this broken down truck or whatever. So women think, can this guy handle his own? Can he lead me? But you don't necessarily know his story.
No,
This
you
could be a guy that gone through a terrible divorce, and a lot of times when through a divorce, the man take the hardest hit.
Oh, yeah.
So but we worry about that. We want to be able to trust the man because although we have it going on and we act like, I can handle this, I'm a lady boss and all of that, we don't want to have to carry all of the weight. We really don't.
And another thing too with men a lot of times, the guys that I know, I can only speak about the guys that I know, they want to be needed.
Yes, they have to feel needed.
They want to be
A
needed.
man will leave you just because he doesn't see room.
Right.
He doesn't see a fit for him in your life.
Exactly.
So we have to play, the woman in distress.
That handkerchief need to hit the ground sometime.
Yes.
And the thing about it, I had a lady say to me one time, well, Shannon, if I got to play all them games and I just won't be with nobody, I said, that's why you by yourself. Because men feel like this, okay, you handling all that. Where do I come in to help you?
But it's not even a game. Life is a game in a sense. It's just being, we have to be strategic.
You sure do.
Yeah, we have to be strategic.
If you're, I hate to put it this way, if you hunting, you ain't out there making noise in the brush when the deer is walking around. You ain't throwing
Right.
stuff. You set up and be strategic. Be like, okay, I see what he kind of, or I see what she kind of, and you set it up where you can catch it.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, the thing is, a lot of times we come in there with noise and, I ain't finna be, so you just don't ran the prey on off. I hate to make it sound like, but it is. It's a
Yes.
strategic thing.
Right.
That's why you'll see a lady that women a lot of times will say, how she get him? Or how did he get her?
I say it all the time.
Yeah,
I look at it, but what I've learned
And that's human.
over the years, I'll say, what is it about her? There must be something special about her that has him committed to her, because he probably has a lot of options.
But he chose her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's for a very good reason.
When you said peace,
Yes.
that's one. Because no man wants to go out here and fight in the world, come back, and then have to deal with all the BS at the house. It's like, man, so if I'm in the ring fighting and then I get in the corner and my corner man punching me in the face.
And I'm always fighting.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
now it's like, okay, I can't really figure out where the fight really is. So
Right.
that's one thing. And I think a lot of times they think the looks and all that. No, it's about making him feel comfortable. I won't say he necessarily looks for his mother,
No.
but what he does look for is the peace that somebody like that would bring.
Right.
And if he,
And someone that he can depend on.
Trust.
Someone that's in his corner.
yeah. Even when he's down, you're right. You mentioned somebody's car being busted or something. Find that backstory. Not the lies now, because,
Right.
brothers will tell that lie.
Yes,
Oh, well, the
yes,
reason
yes,
this
yes.
happening now. But if you, you got some stories, Jay. No, but for real, if you can get past the lies and figure it out, because you're right, through the divorce, a lot of times he take the hit.
They
Child
have to.
support.
Yes.
You got all kind of things, but if you can roll with this brother and see his basic core that he's good, you might find that diamond in the rough
You can have a 5'4" man with swag. You know what I'm saying?
all day.
Or a man that can handle his business. See, women are attracted to power.
That's right.
So a man that that preacher that's 5'6" that have problems with women, it's the power.
Yeah.
So women just are attracted to men that can make things happen.
And even if he's not controlling the whole room, he walks with a presence.
Yes.
He walks.
Confident.
Confidence. That's all we're talking about here. Confidence. And I think with the confidence, it goes a long way. Men want to feel like he's the king. He's the
Yes.
dominant man. Even if behind the scenes she running the checkbook and all that, she make him feel like that.
Absolutely.
Personality pushes a long way. You mentioned what attracts a man in certain areas. Personality, the smile, the laughter. All of these things.
But what holds his attention is the attitude.
I agree.
The personality.
I agree. Because a lot of times, when the first few minutes, the big butt got your attention, yes.
Absolutely.
Or the big whatever she got.
Yeah, it might be the complexion or whatever it is.
But that personality
Yeah.
will throw him away or keep him.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll see women overdoing it. That'll throw them off a lot too.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, but be nice.
Right.
If you can be nice, it stretches everything. You kind of touched on it before. How often do women miss the right for all the small reasons? And
I think very often.
okay.
Very often. I think so. I've done it myself, I think. Because women, we dream a lot, as
Fairy
little
tale stuff.
girls.
Yeah.
Yes, as little girls, we have the doll with the house and, all these different things.
Right.
So we grow up thinking about our prince, and then we're slapped into reality from experience, from dating. Every time we go on this dating site and we see this guy, we read, oh, yes, honey, that's about to be my next husband, So we get ahead of ourselves sometimes. And then we overlook that guy that does not fit the picture that we had. Because I'm going to marry a guy, he's going to be this way, that way. And then, the little maintenance guy or whatever it is, we just
See,
look over it.
there are 2 points on that, and I like that. A lot of times she'll miss that dude. He'll get with somebody, even her friend maybe, be like, oh man, I could have had that one, but you didn't see it initially. You didn't even give him a chance. Now you want him because you can see him with somebody making it happen. And I say to women all the time, you get the initial pick. If you don't mind following this person, first find out what you're dealing with.
Well, I think we rush things too much.
Okay.
We are so quick to lock in the relationship
Yeah,
when dating, to me, should be a longer process.
I agree. See, at some point in life, I can't speak for every man because I know guys that still running after the fast chicks or whatever, but I can speak for certain guys, like myself and other guys. You should be more mature at a point where you know your checklist. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And
No,
your
exactly.
checklist needs to be a certain type caliber person, personality, how does she respond to you? You see?
But your checklist doesn't need to be rigid.
Of course not.
But women, a lot of times,
Who's got the most rigid checklist, women or men?
women.
Okay. Okay, Jan, we can keep talking. I mean, for real.
No, he got to come to me correct. You know, he has to have this. No, baby, when you come, you know, we have that attitude.
And she may not have none of that. She may have some of it, but
Right.
I'm like, are you even on that list?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that ain't got nothing to do with it. He the man.
Right. Yeah.
Like, no.
Or they could be on the list and expecting somebody to line up exactly like them, and that's not necessarily realistic all the time.
In your work profession, though, have you seen women who were high up that ended up getting guys
All the time.
that were lower, and they turned out to have a great relationship?
All the time.
Yeah, because she was able to come down just a little bit on some of that criteria.
I call it a smart woman. She was smart enough to know what's really important.
Wow. Oh, wow. You've seen that a lot then?
I have.
Yeah, okay.
I can name some friends right off the bat.
You better not do that,
Easily. I
everybody.
better not do that, but easily, yes.
Yeah, but now they were running off in the sunset because they came down on that high list, like you said, that fairy tale list. Because I know guys that got homes, they work good, but they ain't six figures. How many six-figure dudes are really just available saying, hey, I want to marry you, though? Are there a bunch of those? Or?
There are some men, yeah.
But in terms of the numbers, the ratio, would you say there's more guys that's working that's making 40, 50, 60 or whatever, maybe 30, I don't know, as opposed to the six-figure dude? You know the percentile on that?
I do not.
That percentile is much smaller than the dude that just works.
Really?
Much smaller.
Okay.
Much smaller. And he would rather get somebody that just respects him for who he is as a man than to be trying to keep up all the time. Now, you are an author.
Right.
And the name of the book is Lord Deliver Me from Online Dating.
That's right.
You guys got to see that book right there. Tell me about this book.
Okay. It's fictional, but it's very realistic. It's
Okay.
about a professional woman, Cindy. Has everything going for her. She has the house, the sports car, everything is going for her. But what she doesn't have is a man, and that is what she desired the most. So what she does is, she's a Christian woman. So what she does is she try to help the Lord out to speed things up because she desperately wants to be married.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So what she does is she sign up on these different dating sites with the hope of meeting Mr. Right. And then she just share her experiences. There are many different guys that you run into on the dating site that broken on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not that into you guys. You know, the soul brother number 9.
Yeah.
all
What's not to give your book away? What's the soul brother number 9?
You know, the soul brother number 9 is the one with the outlandish outfits and personality, and you're like, whoa, he's like a century behind in fashion.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that important or not? You know, that type of thing.
Yeah, I
So,
got you. I got
you
you.
get an opportunity to meet the different guys and just her experiences.
Well, I read some of the chapters in here because I'm not all the way through it yet, but I'm definitely reading it, and it's good. Cindy need to be on this show.
She does.
Because Cindy got some issues too, you know. But at the same time, you know, it's a very funny book, but it's also got some truth in it.
Yeah.
Lord Deliver Me from Online Dating. Where is it now that women are choosing to go meet men, and if they're single right now, in your opinion, or is it just hard to figure out?
Dating sites, a lot that way because there's not a one place to go.
Yeah.
You know, we like to think, oh, go at Home Depot and you'll meet the guy. But see, men don't approach women anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder why.
that's
I wonder why.
that's the old way.
Yeah.
You know, or it used to be go to car shows and go to games and you meet someone. But that's something of the past. You know,
Yeah.
dating sites seem to be it feels like the only solution in a way.
And I remember when that was even frowned upon. People like, you met him where? You know, but now in this
Yes.
technology that we have, everybody's like, that's nothing now. I would even say a smile go a long way. Another thing, guys, especially in our culture, a lot of times, we mean mugging each other all the time. But I'm seeing the women doing it. You know, so you want him to approach you and you got that look on you like you've been baptized in lemon juice, and he looking at you thinking, yeah, she nice, but man, you know, she got that look, you know. And and I've heard women say, oh, I look mean, and you be looking at them like, yeah, you looking mean right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard enough for a man to even come to you. Because you have the option to turn him away, because y'all do the choosing, in my
We
opinion.
really do.
So you have the option to turn him away nicely. So it's nothing wrong with getting, getting the test drive to come up.
Right.
But if you just snipping them off, because a dude you might not approach.
Right.
He might not, but I'm just wondering, can you speak to why they look so hard a lot of times?
Well,
Or is that just me saying that?
I think sometimes we don't want to come off as being so desperate.
Oh, thirsty, as they say.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So being nice is thirsty?
Well, it's not. I don't think so, but I think a lot of times, and then like I said before, now we have the big head, so sometimes we think, you almost have to get on one knee just to say hello.
Especially if it's a woman that's been told she's attractive a lot in her life.
Or has it going on.
Yeah. After a while,
you
she
know.
hear that so much. When a dude just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh, he trying to holler. Now, also, you got to understand, at some point in life, you ain't the fastest thing on the block no more.
No.
So you still carrying yourself like you 25, and you
45?
yeah, or more. So I would think now you should be a little bit more. What'd you say? You got to learn how to snare it. You got a little bit more wily in how you capture it. Personality is the kicker to
Goes
that.
a long way.
Yeah, it go a long way. That niceness and a smile. Even if you say, "Well, no, not right now," or da da da. Brother, I don't understand, but I've heard more men say, "Man, I don't even talk to them.
Right.
They look so mean," and then when you go over and say something to them, so brothers will go to another nationality or out of the country.
Yes.
They doing that a lot, leaving the country, because those sisters are thirsty
Yes.
a lot of times, and they like, "Hey, look, I'm thirsty."
And they're willing to be submissive.
And submissive. Where are we on the submissive stage right now?
So, women sometimes see submissive as a bad word, but submissive is a good thing.
Listen, can I be real? If women knew, I'm gonna just say, for lack of a better word, how to really play the game, if you knew how to play that submission thing, you can get anything you want.
Absolutely.
You still leading, you just doing it in a different way.
So we have to do it in a submissive way.
You gotta do it in a submissive way. He'll give you anything you want.
That's right.
Brother work 2 jobs.
That's right.
He won't be doing a whole lot of stuff you think he won't do. He will do.
Just to see the smile on your face.
Just to see the smile on your face, because a lot of brothers doing it and the women don't appreciate it. Natalie Cole had a song where she talked, I think that's Natalie Cole, where she talks about, I don't know if we got it right or not, this women's lib thing, because
Yeah.
I'm missing out on them little, I think it's called I'm Catching Hell or something like that.
Oh, really?
I'm catching hell. don't get me
I have to
started.
listen to it. Okay.
Living alone or whatever, but if you know how to play the game, because initially it is sort of a game,
It
game of
is.
chess, understanding.
Life is a game.
It-
Everything is. When you go to that interview, it's a game. When you're on that job,
Yeah.
it's a game. Life is a game.
So would you say it's an interview when a man steps to a woman? Is that an interview?
No,
It's not.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. It feel like one though.
It does to you all.
I think a lot of times. Yeah. Well, it could be on both sides. I think men can feel that way, women, because you're both filling each other out.
Okay. Because no one would check all of the boxes.
Say that again.
Yeah,
No
no
one.
one would check all of the boxes.
Right.
And then what you do is you have this conversation, and it should be agreeable between the two of you. And a lot of times we don't have a conversation at all. We just go straight to the bedroom or straight to phase 2 without having that conversation.
That bedroom thing mess up a lot of
Yes,
stuff.
and
'Cause
so the conversation should be, let's make this exclusive.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think we can take this a little bit further and just see what happens?
Yeah, and I've seen sisters that lay it on the line. Look, this is what I'm looking for at this time. I know you like me and I like you, and nothing's wrong with that.
Right.
I'm looking for something a little more serious.
Yes.
Get a brother time to go ahead and tell you what he want to do.
Yeah.
Just know going in what you can deal with.
Right.
Because you may have to deal with some stuff, and nobody checks all the boxes. You're right. How difficult is it for couples now not to be intimate fast?
I think it's difficult.
Because we surrounded in this
The
sexual
pressure of
climate.
society,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
I think it's very difficult.
Yeah, y'all went to a movie, you had a good time, you went to dinner, you had a good time. A couple of times, like, all right, now we need to find out about this other stuff. I need to test drive this over here.
That's a man thought. That's not a woman
Yeah,
thought.
you don't think women out there like that?
Yes. To a certain degree.
If you slow him down, the more in those stages he starts to respect more.
Yes.
He starts to respect more. Because if it happens too fast, a lot of times, you know, it's another notch. He got to really like you to hang on, you know.
I mean, I hear different sometimes. I hear sometimes with men when I interview men, because I do the What Men Want Chop It Up
Right,
series, and that's when I have a panel of men that
right,
talk about what it is that they really want.
right.
And a lot of times they would say, not necessarily. If I like you, I like you. So it doesn't matter if it's now or if it's later. So it just depends.
Do they say that before they get it or after they get it?
I don't know.
Because it would be the thing to say beforehand.
Oh, really, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think you want to go ahead and saying, you know, certain
Oh,
things
no,
right out
no,
the
no.
gate. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
I think you hit on a point, though. You got to have discernment.
Yes.
And it may be the second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth
Absolutely.
date.
Right.
But you can get discernment either to go forward or backward. So if you're using discernment, you might decide to cook. It's just a discernment.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
and-
I think a woman, though, should cook for the man because I think it's important that she let him know what she can bring to the table. Now, making that a habit, absolutely not. That's a wife thing.
Okay.
So don't put on the wife hat until you are that wife.
Okay.
Okay.
I let me say this. I agree with all of that, but I got to say this. Women do the choosing.
Absolutely.
This has just been my experience, and then I'm the guys that I talk with.
Okay.
Women do the choosing, but I will say this: if a woman, and I'll say this, anybody out there looking, you might disagree, but I'm just gonna say that if a woman is feeling a man,
Right.
say it's two men, she feeling this guy, but she ain't feeling. It seems to me, she will do stuff with this dude that she won't do with that other dude.
Absolutely.
Faster too.
Absolutely.
So back to the discernment, you gotta understand where
Yeah.
y'all are, who this is, because if she feeling you,
And that's the chemistry.
it's the chemistry.
So that's what I'm talking about, being attracted to someone.
But I will say this too: that force field of that face, looking hard to approach. Ain't nobody walked up to me all day. I bet they have.
Right.
Open the door enough with a smile, because I would say be on the defense when needed. If I could say anything with this whole conversation.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
What's the
right?
question?
So you say be approachable, have a smile, but on the flip side of that, I'm not meeting that person in the grocery store or at a ball game or at a friend house. I'm meeting that person online. So how do I show my personality? And that way, he doesn't see we're texting back and forth on the site.
That's tough, man.
He doesn't see that
that's tough.
personality then. So what is he drawn to? The pictures that you've uploaded.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But just
But be
true.
truthful. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So
I think even with that being said, because there's so much on this subject, so much, and we're gonna stick to this subject, you know, or I will make sure that I stay around it,
okay.
because I'm meeting too many people, especially in this city, man. You know, y'all got a lot of competition though, with a lot of different things. Other men, jail, a lot of things that's happening. But there are some good brothers out here. We just got to learn how to set. I won't say to set the trap, but just set the table. I'm gonna leave this with this.
Okay.
You gotta have discernment. Mr. Right might not look exactly like you think he gonna look.
Right.
He might not be driving what you think he gonna drive. Check his heart though. If he's got that heart, that'll be good to you. Rarely will you meet somebody with no kids, unless you're a lot younger, maybe. But if you meet somebody, see how they interact with all of that stuff. All right, so we want to thank Miss Jan Dickerson for coming out. We ask that you please go. Where can they find your book, Jan?
On Amazon and on my website, which is boazmeetsruthdating.com.
Okay,
You would go to the shop and you can order the book from there.
good deal, good deal. Or any of you guys that have been out there online dating, doing different things, this may be a book that you would definitely want to read. Jan, I thank you for coming out. We want to thank you for coming to You're So Witty, or looking at You're So Witty now. This conversation we hope to continue, because we see so many single ladies and single men that, you know, just don't know the game plan, and that causes a lot of division. We ask that you would like and subscribe if you like what you've heard. We thank you for watching. Till the next time, remember, you too are so witty.